for a few reasons. One of the large ones being that I don't know how much I remember. If I actually remember all of the puzzles and such, this might end up being a decent stream. If I'm sitting here struggling with puzzles that I had a fairly easy time with, this might go poorly. So let's get La-Mulana started. La-Mulana 2 specifically. Wrong one. One of the potential issues with the way that I am doing this, oops, that was not actually my intent to skip that. That was me setting my controller down. I don't know, so I'll just restart that. That's not what you're supposed to see. I don't think there was anything inappropriate there, though. Amazingly. And the music in this game is pretty dang rockin'. Hopefully I have it at an adequate level. I can't actually see my meters though. That's one of the problems with this setup. To see them, I actually need to go and switch over to OBS, so it might be a little bit low. Actually is looking a little bit low. That should be better. Now, obviously, I don't have any saves here. Now, that has nothing to do with me not having played the game before. I have 45 of the 46 achievements. I just don't have the one for getting all of the logs. Now, admittedly, I've also not played this game since a week after it came out. Last achievement I got was August 6th. So... I'm used to hitting the A button for things. But the A button here, and I guess I should say the Nintendo A button. The Nintendo A button here I have set up as cancel, because that just kind of makes sense with the way everything is kind of set up. No, I'm good. We'll check messages kind of as they come up and are. Oops. Again. Need the hand scanner. Well, that was nice of her. I don't remember if she gives you the map if you go to her shop first. Also, I've always gone to her shop first. I didn't realize she was actually here as well. And there are a variety of shops here. Most of them don't contain anything particularly useful. Just walking in front of that does save your progress, so that's actually very useful. I don't remember if the quick save persists. It's been a million years since I've done it. Zelpud is, of course, a gigantic pervert. That has not changed. Now, I believe basically everybody we meet here is... I'll bring it up now because I'm not sure I'll remember to bring it up when it's actually relevant. I believe there's 6th or 7th children. Should probably actually have it so that I can see the chat in the off chance somebody comes in and uses it. We'll buy the map reader. It will be useful. We'll get the text tracks eventually. And to see the various crappy messages. Now, because this is, of course, the tutorial to start the game, there are a bunch of messages. And if we had a map for this overworld area, and select there, like I did, it would bring up a map. So, here's a giant statue of Zelpud. Oh, actually, I probably need to... actually load the map. Yeah, there we go. And if I had actually hit the right button, I'm pretty sure one of these would have brought up a description of what these faces are. Certain things are you can't pass through them, and it doesn't always make sense. Now we're going to Gated Guidance, first area of La-Mulana. Llama. And of course, Zelpud's interested in making cash from the ruin. I'm not sure what, how many tourists would actually come visit. Getting positioned back here so you can... Maybe it's... You sit back here and get yourself positioned and look up. I don't remember what it is. It's unimportant. I already have the achievement for it. And the shell horn is what provides that lovely sound that you're probably used to. One of the nice things about this game is that there are some quality of life improvements from the first. I can't remember if we could grab ladders in the first game. I'm pretty sure we couldn't in the original, but I don't remember the remake because I don't think I played the remake as extensively. And I don't believe that we ever get access to that, oddly. So. And it's just, well, okay. Admittedly, I haven't played recent patches. So, if it's something that's done in a recent patch, I wouldn't know. You just need to be good at jumping, and, well, I'm really not, but it's definitely doable. That. Yeah, we can't do anything here right now. So we need to go down. Given that our options were jumping down or climbing a ladder down, I kind of prefer the ladder, just because it is controlled. Now, the Holy Grail is very useful. It is one of the most important things for making this, you know, not just doable, but making it so that this is sanely doable. Also, I can't remember if I've already passed the hard mode switch, because I don't fully remember where yeah, I think I did. I think it was up closer to the top. Now, I'm not super good at paying attention to it. One of those things where I missed it entirely first time I played through it. Ran into a soft lock. I don't remember what the soft lock was. And then decided, screw it. I didn't have any trouble with any of the bosses without weapons. I will do it hard mode without sub-weapons. This was a bad idea. And I say this was a bad idea because it took me like 20 hours to get to the point where I was soft locked, although I was actually well past the soft lock in certain areas. It's a boss just wouldn't activate, and I don't know that even the patch that was supposed to fix it, I think, did not actually fix it if you had fucked it up. Oh no, it's the... I didn't even see it. Yeah, it's this tablet. You need to read it twice. We will never fuck with it again. But anyway, as I was saying, I defeated actually a fair number of bosses first time under hard mode without sub-weapons. Most of the bosses at the time, keep in mind I was on an early patch, were not too bad. I don't know that I could do a fair number of these bosses now. And of course there's a fair amount of things we can check out. This will gradually somewhat decrease. And I believe those are backer messages. I was a backer, but I was a backer at the lowest tier that actually got the game. I know that symbol means it's a save. I always forget that, though. And I always wonder why that has that weird symbol. Also, something that I've not been commenting on that does feel slightly weird to me is the positional audio. And so, that was Ratatosker. Ratatosk, I think, is the actual way, because I don't think that you are supposed to pronounce R's at the back of words for most of that. So, Samaranta, he actually looks fairly young. And of course we get a portrait of him. Ratatosk is, I believe, the... Oops. I believe he has relevance to Yggdrasil. I'm not sure what. And so, that opens up this. I'm not sure why there's no music post Ratatosk. I am also not sure why this staircase went away. I mean, I know the reason why gameplay-wise. I just don't know why it still looks like there's supposed to be a staircase. And my gold count is nice. This is definitely one of the worst areas as far as so that's just a trait that Lamisa shares with Lameza. So, things I have already learned. I don't want to be pressing any buttons while text is going on. But yeah, Phobos, like the various other philosophers we've met, as well as almost everybody in the village, can't get that. Whatever. File. They're all 7th children. Or enough of them are 7th children that it's not that incorrect to call all of them 7th children. And we see the rail point. It's up front, right in front and center. Though it is not immediately accessible. Also, I believe that this is the base that was shown for the one of the backer things. Oh, we've been... Well, Phobos is actually good here. We do want to read all the grails. Most grails have something important. Not grails, tablets. You can see the little icon representing where the tablet is from in the bottom left. First time we kill something, we tend to get its little file. I believe that's only once we have gotten the encyclopedia. We are in the roots of Yggdrasil. And Vili has some really neat art, but I don't believe is story relevant in the slightest. I don't recall that anyway. Now, the first thing this area does is obviously gives us additional HP because it knows that that's important. These are carbuncles. Look like little Pikachus. I believe it's a pretty traditional representation of carbuncles. Yellow beast with a red ruby in its forehead. That's going to probably be happening a fair amount. And I want to go over and hit up the tablet. Braille tablet, I should say. And since we got that, I'm going to go back and get the text tracking software. I think we're mostly good on weights, but I'll grab some just because they will eventually be useful. I think I'll also grab that buckler. I used shields fairly extensively in the no sub-weapon run. Of course, there are much better shields than the buckler. And of course, this has glossary and a whole bunch of other stuff. And I believe there are items somewhere around here that we couldn't get before. I'm not worried about it. Might be going into people's shops. We'll give us info on them. Yeah, it looks like that's the case. Okay, let's just go into everybody's shop then. And of course, Zelpud is memetic, but he is way behind. It's all in character. And what's her name is terrifying. Keep releasing the jump button immediately. And Alcidana's dropping some foreshadowing on us already. He just wants to die. Are you ready for the first puzzle? Because at this point I wasn't. This is the thing that I missed, or came closest to missing first time around. I actually only got it because... actually, same reason I think that Author Blues got it. The enemy that was here dropped down to right in front of it, and to hit it, I was whipping the thing and was also hitting the area there. Now, eventually you'll get used to seeing this type of trap, but the floor there is slightly raised. Now, this is... I think that's Loki's wife? My memory of mythology is very hit and miss, especially. Oh, I didn't realize we could actually jump on just the edge and somehow miss it. No, but obviously we cannot go that way. If we had a double jump, we could go through this way. But this is one of the things that we would not have access to without the shurikens. And of course, we need to get Noctool to press. I was thinking the Noctool didn't show up in the rotating group of items. Now it is relevant. Oh, I'd forgotten that you had actually seen them. And we cannot yet quite reach that. We will be able to eventually. Ah. Okay, so I guess Ratatosk is the squirrel that gnaws on the roots of Yggdrasil. We can do something here. I know what it is. I'm going to hold off until we actually have the clue for it. In fact, coming down here is probably a bad idea because it'll make me think I've already done it. And this is relevant. I don't remember exactly how. Late game. And we needed to hit that to dig the scan. Use specialized software. Now, obviously, this suggests that the road up is protected by Nidhogg. The left route suggested it was protected by Ratatosk. So this is the relevant thing to the puzzle. Goddesses looked upon those wielding power and wept. They looked upon those wielding weapons too and wept. Most of the time you can kind of tell if skeletons are dangerous or not. They're a slightly different color. I don't know if that's showing up on stream at all. And this is actually required to get through here. But it's also a death trap. Now, to me, it's one of those things that seems like a death trap, so I never died to it. And of course, we start by default being able to swim, or at least float. But since we've done that, we can get through here. Obviously, we can't do anything here, though. That's fine. We'd want to finish the puzzle here, even if we could. And that's a clue as to how you're supposed to get through. Grab the column, take a leap of faith. I believe even if you are coming from slightly above it, those spikes are only there to prevent you from jumping up to it using a double jump. They can't do anything if you are latched onto the pillar. So if you come from the side, regardless of which way they face, you're not going to be hurt by them. And if we go down, we see that one of the statues is now gray. Well, all of the statues are gray. But one of the statues is now a different color. Spikes don't do much damage. The major annoyance with them is mostly just the fact that they would knock me into the pit. The trickster sealed by the goddess who invites the world's end shall be cursed to an eternity of poison. So most of these are references to Loki one way or another. And so we said, the thing said that the dragon Nidhogg, or something about Nidhogg, so I believe we need to actually beat Nidhogg to get through that room. It's not important for a while. I mean, we've not even looked at all of these rooms. I believe this one is also not important for a while. But this one is actually theoretically doable. I'm just bad at the video game. And don't want to deal with something that takes off 16 health a hit. Have yet to fully explore this area. Now, a lot of the things that look like that are explorable, or are breakable, I should say. But not all. It's two, yeah. So, Ignition leads they who can harness the 10 mantras. It's the holder of the Jed to the end. I believe this is relevant eventually. Whoop. I don't remember that. I believe that used to not stick out. coming over here because I want this open. It's not super relevant. At least not right now. But of course, it is relevant eventually, not eventually, like I was going to say. And we're still just exploring this area. Now, I believe I still want to go left here rather than going through down, because I think I missed something. I can't remember. What's this? Oh, that's actually not what I wanted. Falling down here is also not what I wanted. This is a door sealed by a single guardian. Now, this is, I believe, the intended way out. Oh, and also... I have a lot of trouble with these because they're slightly slanted, which makes them easier to walk into or jump over to. But it can make it also very easy to accidentally jump onto. Now, here is something I know was changed by one of the patches. I'll just show it off. What used to happen is you used to be able to do this. Hop over. Oh, I don't know if there's... Oh, I never entered this door. Also, I never opened that super obvious breakable thing here. Oh, it's just Ravitas. Well, he sells weights and shurikens, so he's apparently sharp and heavy. I don't remember what guild does. Well, I assume it does the same thing as in the prior game. Alert for hidden shops or rooms. Except I don't remember it ever really going off. I don't remember it really being useful. And that's referencing the whole... Everybody kind of got in the habit of doing what was called kind of a safety punch on basically every skeleton they saw. Oh, I never scanned that tablet. Past the roots of Yggdrasil lies Anun, I think is. Welsh is a thing. And the rock is back to whole. This is intended. Basically because doing what I did there, and then there's a breakable wall. I can actually just show you about where it is. It's about here on the thing. You would have access to it now. Now it's not anything important now, but it does mean you didn't have to come back here. And I believe that actually did a lot more damage. Oh, I know why I was thinking it only did 4 damage. 8 damage? 4? It's because I only had 32 health first time. Spikes do a percentage of damage just so that they never become irrelevant. I believe the hot spring also heals a percentage of max health, just so it never becomes awful. A miserable experience. Like it did in the first one. And this is one of the things that this game does. By having everything be 3D, it could do that. Now, here we have a dirty man shackled by chains. The chains are attached to the bust of a beast that is dripping poison. Now, we can't collect the poison, like his wife would have been doing. But we can destroy the beast's head, which somehow lets Loki escape. And he creates an Noctool for us. Oh, I forgot. I didn't see the message from Phobos for the Soul Gates. Yeah, I think we're prepared for battle. By which I mean, I think I'm ready to die. Honestly, I don't know if this one changed. I think I can safely say it changed a bit. But I also just don't remember it. I believe it's 6 cycles? Hit points essentially. Oh, I'm apparently misremembering. Oh no, this is why I'm gonna die. Because there's still more phases. Oh. I was expecting to need to do another go of that. And this is one of the reasons why you never really give up on bosses. Sometimes you can just skip through them. And we get a crystal skull. And Phobos would like to look into it. Well, you know something. Phobos has been good to us. Let's go do that now. While I'm thinking of it, that won't take very long. Shaped slightly differently. Now, unfortunately, that does mean he did take our skull. Not. And if you don't think that holding up a skull with that face is great. I don't know what to tell you. Now, we didn't lose much health, but I actually... There's no reason not to go back and heal. Certain things with basically just being a huge dumbass like I tend to do. Case in point. Is just too dangerous. Oh, I completely forgot to show this off. Obviously, that becomes much more relevant once we have the Candlestick of Time. Yeah, there's a lot of this that I forgot to show off. Mostly just more lore. A lot of this is actually lore that has no bearing on... Oh, that allows us to get up or down from up above. And that lets us know that shurikens, rolling shurikens, etc. can pass through there, but we would take damage. And that's actually very true. It's a good thing we purchased more weights. We are already at the point where we have used some of them. That is super annoying. But at least we unlocked this door. Shoot at the figure before you. And these are Einherjar. Oh, I was thinking that it took more than a single shuriken. So, we can see that the icon for this area is Hugin and Munin. I am almost assuredly pronouncing those wrong. Also, we can see kind of an oddity with this. Not sure how well it's showing up on stream. It's showing up perfectly fine in my preview window, but again, that's not always an accurate indicator. The ground has... It's like we have a circle of light around us. Now, that sounds like it's going to be something relevant. I don't remember it ever being relevant. Again, it might be something that was supposed to be relevant and had relevancy added by one of the patches, in which case, again, I wouldn't know about it. Now, I'd like to note that final line. No one here wishes for the end of the world. So, yeah, that's still the symbol. God damn it. Symbol for one, or origin. And we have the map here. Now, if we look at the map and we look at the symbol for the area, You can see that they are fairly similar. This is not relevant right now. It will be. Oh, that's annoying. And of course, this is a neat looking thing about the boss of the, I believe it's this area. Vitra, I have no clue. Obviously, it's the Ankh boss of the area. And this is the rail tablet of the area. Divine Fortress. I seem to recall that I needed to come back to the Divine Fortress a lot, or at least a lot more than I was expecting for the second area. And there are Dark Elves. And there are fairies. Now, this fairy, I don't know if it does anything. But we did free it. Oh, it looks like it's healing us. That's good. So even though it doesn't know who we are, doesn't know anything about us, it's still happy to do, well, what most players would consider its job. As for how to unlock this chest, I don't know. I was thinking maybe it was one of the ones you could just whip, but that's apparently not the case. Oh, yeah. These are the two dwarves. I don't think they say anything to us right now. Yeah. I'm worried this is Death Trap. Like, I was able to not show off dying to Death Trap. And we don't have the weights to get that. This guy is obviously a pain in the ass. Cannot yet get up there. Maybe it's this that has the death? I don't know. I'm hesitant to fall down any of these things willingly, though. And we see another of these. I didn't take a screenshot the first time. I ain't taking a screenshot now. When we need them, I'll just come back to them. Like a moron. And we're back here with Hermod. Tyr? Tyr's telling us that the trickster of Yggdrasil has been freed. And that is one of the signs of Ragnarok. So, Hugin and Munin protect a sigil. Now, we've seen that sigil before. That is the sigil for Origin. obviously, these are not particularly difficult birds to kill. They follow fairly set patterns and do low damage. I'm just really bad at this. Hell yeah, Origin Seal. And that unlocks the way back down. Where I promptly, go back up. And so... Now, this ship is not something we actually can do anything with right now. Can't even get into it. So, this doesn't help us any right now. There were a few points in the Roots of Yggdrasil, where we could use the seal, though. Well, let's go do that. This is the first one. It unlocks the knife. I don't remember where the second one is. Oh, and since I did what this lady asked, we can see that she also does not know where Loki went. I don't remember where the other... I thought I saw it twice, but... Actually, I don't think we actually have that much better of a shot against Ratatosk. And we could just use the knife for those. This isn't me searching just to search. I don't recall where the hell it was. I think the symbol that I'm going towards over here is actually for 2, not for 1. It says 2 anyway. And overall, I'm not too concerned about my health here because we can always just pop back and hit up the hot spring. Ah, here we go. That turns off the eye. And then we get crushed up here. Delicious. Nope, we do get access to on one, I don't fucking know. Push the white box, it says. Now, we did see something unlocked there. Some of Dad's research papers. Useful, but not what we need for this puzzle. Of course, one of the problems with dropping down here is that we did basically undo all of what we did with the... Oh, we don't have push and glove. How the hell the... I don't remember how we do that. That's fine. Right now, I don't think we can do anything there. Which is not to say that we're not going to explore it. Exploring areas that you don't think you can do anything in is very important for progression. Dumb as that sounds. At least some of the time, because it will give you ideas. Climb Kukulkan's Tarion. Tarion? No, we can't do anything here. Because we can't swim. Oh, wait, can we? Oh, yeah. I was thinking we couldn't swim at all. And meet Mulbra. And the sunglasses are definitely the best part of her portrait. And then she promptly knocks herself unconscious. We can't do anything either with this or using that to get up yet. We need the double jump. That's fine. Now, these are togs. Ah, that's how we get that. And I believe this particular trap, if you set it... God damn it. Set it off, is one of the laser ones. Meaning it just continually shoots. Because of course that wouldn't be annoying. That was weird. I will never not fall for those, in case you're wondering. Volupsa, this Voluspa, not Volupsa. Veluspa the Seer, one of the few remaining elves. Or close enough that I am going to mispronounce it anyway. Did I click that? Okay, so to get the golden key, you have to be able to cling to walls. Yeah, we can't get through there. It's obviously not relevant right now, but it will be relevant eventually. Foreshadowing. Serpent King Naga, Virtual Wise Man. Is this going to be like a Megami Tensei type thing? Okay, so this is probably the map. You can generally tell when something's going to be the map because it's easy as shit. Jed Pillar, swallowed by Kajata. Kajata? I don't think we actually have access to anything here yet. That was interesting. So we're down to a single weight, but we have a decent amount of... Well, single coin is not worth missing that cycle. And there is a hidden room somewhere in here. Which is, of course, annoying because it's a scrolling room. So I hate the cameras in scrolling rooms. Pretty obviously, the way to do this requires being able to do that. And if we could double jump, we can get up there. Thank you, Phobos. Now, obviously, that room that we uncovered is relevant, but we can't get to it for now. For a while, if I remember correctly. Useful to come back every once in a while just to save your progress. Now obviously most of what you're getting is information, but occasionally you are opening and unlocking things, so... I believe we are mostly finished in Anun, but we never did go down from that spot we unlocked where Mulbrook is. So I don't think... No, we saw the room to the right, so that doesn't matter anyway. And of course, I know a little bit about the speedrun here. Mostly because it focuses on specific versions. interesting. Oh. I did not remember that happening. Well, I'm gonna be right back. I need to hit up the restroom. Oh. So, we're doing okay here. I do want to break that pot first. Okay, so that person we saw before was Heimdall. Heimdall? I don't know. And this is how we... This is... Oh. Well, I fucked that one up. Fair amount of things just have more HP than I think they do. Trying to avoid unnecessarily dropping into the water. Also, I might be screwed here, just because I'm running low on weights. Yep. Oh. Let's jump down here. Now, in the first game, I believe the Immortal Battlefield had the gas first time you went through. And of course, well, we weren't doing that because we didn't have spears. But, you know, that's not the case for long. And so now we can get back here. Not that we can really do much here, owing to our, well, lack of scale sphere. Talking about seals. I see you, Deathtrap. And so without that, we can't actually... I'm good. Push this block. That we obviously need to. Those are L balls. And And this is one of the odd ones. We need, I believe, I was thinking we needed the double jump to get that. Also, I wish there was an easy way to do that. So those might say something. Oh, I don't think we can actually do much to get out of here. Well, we can, but I don't know that it's that useful. We would need to progress through the water there. And I believe that is easier said than done. I think it requires more HP than we had, so. I don't remember the gill fibula actually opening up much right now. And so we get an Ankh Jewel. Always useful. And I should probably actually turn this on. In case you're wondering, yes, that is probably the easy way to get into there. But I can still use this as a way. Not a huge deal. I don't remember where this leads. Valhalla. Everybody knows that Valhalla is the land of corn, right? And that. And we can see that Valhalla, the map icon, is supposed to be sort of reminiscent of Midgard Snake? Or at least that's what it reminds me of. Obviously it's not wrapped around the world, but you know, I can't think of too much that's really that reminiscent of. And so after we have released Loki, everybody's sitting here saying, why you release Loki? And since this is a backside, we can't get back here. This is our first introduction to backsides. Oh, and Something that you may not have noticed. Misa is right-handed. No, I was thinking that this opened a fight for some reason. Oh, I know. It might require us to have killed either... It might be Ratatas. Blue Eye protects against those who want to harm. The Red Eye protects against those who ransack. Bust of Mimir. There have been a few of them. Now, using them and incanting a mantra in front of them. Provides a way to do certain puzzles. Do not approach the Corridor of Blood. Doing so will invite the end. Those who brave the Corridor of Blood will be exiled to the land that is not. Well, fuck that noise. Also, I'd like to note, one of the things that makes the La-Mulana 2 speedrun so menu intensive is that basically once you get the Gale Fibula, a fair amount of the time that you are moving around, you have the Gale Fibula on, but of course, that means you are bonking from that point. Hey, would you look at that? I'm not willing to deal with it. Not right now, not with 64 health. 23 health, really. Now, do you remember the shop that stated that it was not open yet? Because I do, and I'm curious as to what's in it. I believe I have everything up here. Well, no, I need to get the pepper. The pepper is not relevant for a while. And it's relevant for dumb shit. It's a puzzle still, but... I remember that he said he was not open yet. I don't remember exactly where he was. I know it was somewhere where the Holy Grail was. So... I seem to recall that makes it be a area that's kind of a pain to get to. Okay. Can I get to that right now? I don't know. I don't think so. And get this one. Also done it. I believe most of the people that you don't get the little guides for when you talk to them are, of course, hidden somewhere in this first area. It's mean, but I mean, that achievement is mean anyway, with or without that. Codices. And an Ankh Jewel. Okay, that's actually useful. And weights sound good. Oh, I forgot to scan the blood gate. And that's actually a bit of foreshadowing. If there's anything else of relevance, Hiker's Tablet. Left in this area. Oh. I can't get you. I stand behind my statement that this area is kind of mean. Gee, I wonder why you can stand on that. It's also foreshadowing. I like this game, it's just real long if you're doing it the normal way. And trying to remember the various clues. Rather than, I think that gets cleared out eventually. Rather than doing it with a guide or having already routed it. I think it's routed. It also definitely feels kind of weird that Feather isn't super early in this one. And of course there is an additional app here. Additional 2 app. And we see that we've gotten a fair number of more things. And there is... I'll show these off, actually, at a later date. I love the skulls, though. The skulls are the best thing in the game. And if you're familiar with the skulls, fulfill our damn will. Best line. Yeah, I can't really do much I might have additional things I can do in Anun. Where possible, if I know the... I shouldn't say actually correct. Where I am aware of a relatively correct pronunciation, I will try to use it. Oh, how the hell? Those things have a lot of health. Oh, and here I think we actually need the rolling shurikens. Because we don't have... Oh, I think those are what's... in that first white box that I couldn't get to. Because I couldn't push things at the time. Hello, rolling shuriken. And of course they are already puzzle relevant. We've already seen one of the puzzles for them. And actually I need to... yeah. And I'll go through the bottom because it is... weights are still relevant. Our limited quantity is still annoying. And of course, they don't fall through. But scan the mantra engraved walls. Their words hold power. Those with the Jed Pillar will be able to harness mantras. They will unleash the selecting of mantras created by the virtual wise man. And of course, we can't really do anything up there yet. Because we need to do that first. And yes, it is kind of odd that this area has two puzzles that are basically the same thing. Huh. I could probably take that on, but not at 33 health. I guess the reason for that wall part not being climbable would be so that you can't get above this enemy. That wasn't too bad. That is very odd that the, without changing appearance in the slightest, we now have access to climb that. But it is what it is. Of course, we needed access to this to unlock that. That being said, that is actually still fairly difficult. Whoa, I don't remember that attack in the slightest. Yeah, if you are screwing around, it is very easy to take a lot of your health in damage. I don't believe I did check out what was to the right. Snapshots, which we don't have the money for, god damn it. Well, clearly it can't be that important. I believe it is related to mantras, which, I mean, we don't have access to anyway, until we get the Jed Pillar. Wait a second. I couldn't remember if I'd gone down that or not. I'm looking for anything that kind of looks like pit traps. Oh yeah, we never finished exploring the bottom part over here, and we never pushed that block. I'm hesitant to push that block because I seem to recall it being important. But we made a decent amount of progress, so let's drop a save. not sure what this does. Oh. Huh. I was thinking it was... This is one of my favorite tricks. Now obviously we can't use this anyway, but... Yes, if the little platform fell on you, it would be death. Oh, damn it. I needed to jump straight up, and I jumped to the right. But this is handy because if I can walk down the stairs, that does unlock not a real shortcut, but it's, I guess I should say not much of a shortcut, but it is a bit faster. That attack I do remember. I don't remember that weird punch we saw. I guess there's not a way to get through there. I was thinking there was for some reason. Now obviously we're on the bottom, so we... wouldn't do too much anyway, but I believe the actual value in this is the being able to get to the next area. And none's kind of a weird area anyway. I could have sworn I would have hit another boss by now, though. Way is probably just going down here. This allows us to get back to where we just were. No, it doesn't. I'm an idiot. This allows us to get back to where we just were. And now we're back to the immortal battlefield, with mostly full health. And it doesn't do too much damage. And this race scanner app will eventually be important. Yeah, something tells me this isn't happening. I guess it depends upon... Yeah, might be doable. Yeah, see, this is definitely doable. I think first time I did that, I successfully did that, I guess I should say. I've been operating under the assumption that you wouldn't be able to continue to attack Cetus once you had gotten out. I think this is... Aside from that enemy, just a tiny bit safer than the other way down here. And we could get the race scanner, or we could get the... I don't remember what the hell the other item is. And sometimes that just happens. Hey! Furry is splattered over the floor. I wonder who those two fine upstand... No, that's not true. And that's, of course, a trap. I'd forgotten about it. I just wanted to see where it went. I should have figured it was a trap. I don't even think recall it being especially useful at any point in time. One day I will remember to actually mute that window prior to starting up a stream. At this point, I've already taken more damage than I'd taken to get there and get back. I suspect the just going left, dealing with the 3 points of damage that water will do to us. 4 points because I screwed up the initial jump in. And then I went the wrong way and took an additional few points. It's not that big of a deal. The big deal will be if I once again have trouble getting out of the water. These guys are, of course, adorable and have 1,000,000 health. Well, I believe we've done everything in Anun, but we didn't get to a boss, so sending her over is the logical assumption. Logical action. Now, I want to step on that switch. I also want to do a few other things. And I believe this floods that area, which... You know, it sounds bad, but I think that's necessary for progression. Oh, I know what that does. There must be a breakable block there. But we can't actually do anything else here. I guess that's only really relevant if you miss that jump. And this is talking about the Amarna. And we will be meeting additional members of these children that we didn't see in the prior game. And if you're sitting there thinking, the sound effects are awfully loud, yeah, one, they are. Two, they're at 80% volume. Hey there, Dad's curry tent. I agree entirely, Zelpud. Also, I think there's probably something of relevance. The dinosaur figure. Well, where's our nearest Sinclair station? I wasn't really intending to travel this. Interesting. That seems ridiculously expensive. Get the hell out of here, Squid. Kraken. Nope. 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 We're good. So there is a lot of stuff we can do in the Immortal Battlefield. And of course, it is a huge area. And it's weird that Mulbrook sleeps in the Pit of the Dead. That's not even, like, spoilers or anything. It's just weird. Soak in the water, for your body will be healed. Screw you too, game. So I believe we need to jump up there. And of course it's close because oh no, it's something on the left side, isn't it? Like it's we need to break the thing on the left of that treasure chest. And I'm not hitting that switch because it's a trap. It's pretty obviously a trap. This is still early enough that they, you know, denote their... Why wasn't I moving left there? Denote their traps fairly obviously. At the same time, I'm not going to sit here and, you know, blame somebody for falling for that trap because it is kind of mean. Oh, actually, I think it's this. Oh no, that's something else entirely. And here we can pay to be healed. That is a weird face. Believe we can really do anything up here right now. And that weird camera snapping was the game. Some rooms just kind of fuck up. And this is just letting you know if once you get Mjolnir, it can only hold 3 charges of lightning. I don't know what causes the mechanical god, as the game puts it, to raise up. So, Hell cast Yama out. Kind of a weird mixing of mythologies, but that's the way this game works. And, as is fairly obvious, you need to be able to withstand lava to push those blocks successfully. Because you push I think it's bottom one. Yeah, bottom one first. Then you come out through the lava, go down, and you push the other thing. The top one. And then that chest is unlocked and you come back. You can actually come back through this. I don't remember what the prize is. I'm just saying that in theory we could get that chest. Also, I'm pretty sure we're supposed to have the scale sphere by now. Also more than 64 health. I am apparently missing things that I did first go around. I don't think we fully explored Divine Fortress. I didn't even notice that bat. And I know we did not do one thing in the Divine Fortress. That being going up here. And putting a weight on this, which I believe, yeah, just makes this easy to get to. Which is relevant if you want easy access to Valhalla, I think it was. Whatever this area is. Yeah, Valhalla. Which we didn't really explore that much of last time. Cast a spear that penetrates the earth through the hole that runs through it. So obviously that's talking about that, and it just unlocks a bit of whatever the files. And oddly, it is, not blue. Not obviously water. And that put blood on the walls. And something that's kind of odd there is you do need to check that. Just walking over it doesn't give you the little thing. Sit to proceed. Ah, so apparently if you beat Ratatosk in that area that we were in before. I don't remember the Caltrops being that useful, but I don't remember them being particularly bad, so. They were, of course, the speedrunner item in the first game. I don't think they're that good in this one, though. Future Development Company. I think that's still the backside. Yeah. With it equipped, that's the only one we can get to. Yeah, we will eventually need to, oh yeah, we didn't even explore all the way up here. We will eventually need to... I'm drawing a blank on what I'm trying to remember here. Here is Loki. What I was trying to remember is we will eventually need to see Loki. Obviously, this is where he is at. And this makes it easier to hit him. Now that did put some blood on the ground. We could have just gone here, but we didn't. We did not really know where it was. And we can see him in the background there. Not obvious, but that is actually another trap. Is this? Which only seemed to want to actually open once I was already standing on it. Oddly. Okay. Now, that did save, which means I might be in a bad position. We'll see in a sec. I believe the soft locks that were in the game originally have been removed. Oh, I was thinking for some reason you were forced to do it, but it's you can swap between them. So, that was actually pretty impressive. Just how many times I failed to whip in the proper direction. Definitely feels like they messed around with the I wanted to be up there. I think that unlocking this requires from this side anyway. Yep. Because I wanted to go into here. And that's necessary to open up the door to reach another name I can't pronounce. Now, it may be somewhat surprising learned that I've done not only the hard mode bosses, but the hard mode bosses without sub-weapons. But honestly, most of the sub-weapons in this game aren't as good as the later weapons you get, so... I believe it was one of those things of I knew the route for about the first half, 2/3 of the game. And by virtue of that not being that difficult, I seem to recall the secret here being patience. Although knowing the pattern definitely helps. And so we're not going to be taking that one on for a bit. I do think that's going to be it for this time, though. Thank you for watching. Thank you for staying around. And let's switch over to the end scene. I'll be back with some MS Saga tomorrow, and more of this next Monday.